Alrighty, April 6th, 2022, out here in Napa, Idaho. It's been just a little over a week since I shot the last video. Not too much dramatic things happened, mostly just a lot of digging in the my rows, getting the corn rows completed, and the other garden bed. I'll show you that now. Also, if you notice, we've been laying a lot of mulch down in our pathways. Initially, we didn't have this idea, but one of our awesome neighbors who lives right up the street has as much of this wood mulch as you could possibly want. So he just lives a couple miles up the street. So we've been putting this all over in our pathways since yesterday. And it's just looking awesome. It gets really dry out here, so to be able to put this mulch on here will help overall keep the garden moist. And when I plant stuff, we're going to be able to put this in between the plants to help seal in moisture. So right here, I've been working on these last I spoke of in the video. I got these corn rows dug out and ready. I've been watering them, getting them amended and ready to grow. Be able to fit a lot of corn in these rows. And then over here, I'm particularly stoked about this one. This one came out really nice. I ended up digging all the dirt with all the heavy gravel in it out. Put dirt from the larger garden bed over there. When I was digging out the rows, I brought the dirt over here and put it in here, and then did half compost in that. Rototilled it every other day for over a week now, and then I did my rows, and this just came out looking stellar. So we'll have this row of corn, this will be corn, and those two are over there, corn. This one and this one. That was a lot of work moving that soil around in these, because I had to wheelbarrow it out of here because there was nowhere to put it. And I also got the pumpkin trench and row filled with compost and half dirt. Got this tilled in. Got the watering trench through here. I've actually watered it once. It flows really good. Toward the end over there, I'm going to be doing a couple big piles where I'm going to be doing some large pumpkins, some competition pumpkins where I've got the seeds actually on the way. I'm going to be doing large pumpkins throughout this. Large jack-o'-lantern pumpkins and large competition style pumpkins. And I'll be doing a review when I'm planting those seeds when I get them. And let's take a look over here. We'll go over to the large garden bed where a few days ago we planted 6 rows of onions. And I'm just loving this compost, this mulch in these rows. This is just looking stellar. Tulips are coming up. Those bulbs, we planted all these bulbs from last fall we planted them. This was the garden area that I waited to groom and get ready till last, and this took the longest amount of time. I had to get a wheelbarrow in here, wheelbarrow all the dirt out of here, and I got it looking Scotty approved. This is going to be where all the carrots go through here. We're going to do a variety of carrots, beets. This row is wildflowers. And we've got onions in here with the stakes in the front. We did 6 rows of onions, 4 rows of yellow and 2 rows of red. This is going to be where the potatoes are going to be grown. I left the pathway wide. The potatoes will be in here. They got really big last year, and I had never grown potatoes in rows before, or ever really. So this is going to be where they grow. They get watered from both sides, and this is the pathway on both sides. Same thing over here. Potatoes planted here, watered on both sides, pathway, pathway. That'll give them enough room so when they grow over, you'll still have a little room to walk through here. Garlic is kicking. There's like 250 something of them. 6 different varieties. Looking good. These garlic down here, these larger ones, were given to us by a garden friend of ours. And there's some giant garlic, so this will be really cool. It's just really neat to see these come up because we planted it last fall, wondering if they wouldn't. It does. They do grow. Been getting the rows ready and the areas ready with wildflowers big time. This is one of them. This one we have the drip line. Been watering it hard. The plants coming up in here are all wildflowers from last year, and there's a lot of new seeds coming up. These are all wildflowers. This was one of my favorite spots last year, right here at the intersection, all the wildflowers. And this is full of wildflowers also. This is getting dry. And this row, this is a new addition from last year. I did this one, is new. And I basically just scattered flowers from last year, the seeds from last year. I scattered them on both sides, raked them in, hit them with a little dirt, and through the miracle of time and watering, these are already coming up. If you can see them. And I don't remember exactly what flowers these are, but when they come up, we'll obviously start seeing them. And there's little sprouts coming up throughout here. Go check out the tulips. The tulips are new, like I said, from last year. They're new bulbs, so they're not getting huge yet, but they are kicking. This one's new from today. These tulips are all coming up, looking sweet. Flowers are doing good. First of May, we are planting all our vegetables. This is going to be the tomato, pepper, and tomatillo area. I've got 48 spots measured out. We're going to be doing T-posts in here, growing them on growing material, a trellis growing material. So they'll basically be 4 T-posts, 1, 2, 3, 4. The trellis growing material unravels, it'll go across here. We're going to be picking that up here within the week or two. And over here, if this is your first video, this is where all the giant sunflowers will be growing. Gonna do a quick tour of this also. I've been watering these every 3 days, getting them amended and ready. Every spot you see is going to be giant sunflowers. I've got 4 varieties. I'm going to be planting Mammoth, American Giants, Mammoth Gray Stripes, and I can't remember the other name, but I'll be going over those and show the packets of seeds before I plant them. But this is going to be my... Sorry for the traffic, it's a little noisy here, but this is going to be the giant sunflower mini forest. And then it's going to go into the Indian teepees village. These flowers I planted last fall, they've already doubled in size since I planted them. These will all be kicking. It's so early in the season. This is going to really go. The garden's just starting to wake up. And over through here, this is all wildflowers that I planted through here in these trenches. And through the miracle of time and watering, you can see little sprouts everywhere. And these little wildflower sprouts are starting to grow everywhere through here. I've been watering it every day, every other day, keeping it soaked. And these wildflowers are planted in here, in there, and in this area. So I got 3 wildflower spots. And in here you can see the little sprouts from the wildflowers kicking, and yeah, things are just starting to kind of wake up in the garden, getting it prepped and ready. I'm going to do some more videos here throughout the week and keep you posted. Alrighty, we're here Sunday, and big things have been happening in the garden. It's a little bit of overcast today. Got a little bit of slate coming down, slate mixed with rain. Today we're unloading more mulch and spreading it all around the garden. So we've been filling all the pathways like I showed earlier, and one of the things I've been waiting for most was to start putting up these T-posts and getting the little growing fences growing on. This is just starting to really change the whole look of the garden. We got all the ones in the peas, the beans. I'll give a little tour, and this is the method that we're going to be using on these. We got the net growing material, and you basically wire attach it to the T-posts, and I planted all the beans in here, and they're going to grow up this, and it's just going to be walls of beans and peas through here. We got all the T-posts in the tomato, pepper, tomatillo area, and we're going to be building these today, doing the walls of them with the trellis material. Flowers are coming up. Daffodils are coming up. Scott Senior's working hard. And the other area that we put T-posts, it's really going to help out with the growing of the raspberries. I'll walk over here. We're going to do the same thing here with the trellis material, and we're going to grow these, our raspberries. We're going to grow raspberries up this. Let's go check out the flower house where Scott Senior's planting the flowering vines. This is an awesome time. Been waiting to get the vines in. And we got the rest of the wire to finish the roof part. Scott Senior's got these all getting planted. What do you think, Dad?
This is going to look cool.
You liking it?
We're taking lemons and we are making lemonade. This is going to be great. And we left off on red.
We can do a little run through again.
Then we'll do pink in the back.
And we are just loading this up. We got 10 different vines, flowering vines, and we're hitting this hard. And when the garden starts kicking in, it's gonna really just look awesome. So I'll do an after video when we get this all completed. And he's filling the holes with the mulch, popping the plants in, topping them off with dirt and mulch. Perfect combination. These things are going to just take off. And I pre-soaked this pumpkin patch area yesterday. I'm going to be working on this a lot more in upcoming videos. This is going to be where I grow all the giant pumpkins, and I'll have some regular sized pumpkins in here too, but that's to be continued. That's going to be awesome. I got over 5 varieties of giant pumpkins coming, so I will stay tuned for that. Alrighty, I'm here at my local nursery that's just like a couple miles away from me. They got a really good selection going on right now here. It's just week after April. I'm stocking up on all the flowering vines that I'm going to use to put on the flower house. I'm checking out what they got. Going to load up on some goodies and take them to the garden and give them all a new home. Really like this nursery. They've always got good stuff. Alright, I wanted to do a little short clip on this giant pumpkin seed that I'm going to plant. I mentioned earlier that I'm going to be doing a lot of giant pumpkins. And I actually got a giant pumpkin seed from the local nursery owner down the street last year. And I'm going to plant this. It's a good sized seed. Said that the pumpkin he came for was over 1,000 pounds. And I got pretty good sized hands, and you can see it's fairly good sized seed. I've been having this, getting this soil ready for the last few days, and crowning moment. I'm shooting for, if I can get a pumpkin over 500 pounds, I'll be stoked. But we're going to call this one Adam's Nursery Pumpkin, unless I can come up with something more creative. But we are definitely going to be keeping an eye on this. I'm going to keep it outside during the day, put it inside because it still gets a little frosty at night. I'll get a label on this, and probably going to grow the other giant pumpkins, start them indoors also, to get at least a few weeks jump onto it. Scott Sr. and my stepmom are over in the flower house getting it all weeded. We're going to put mulch on the ground in there, and then we're going to be this weekend planting the vines around that and completing that wire on the roof. So, but right now, first giant pumpkin seeds in the ground, in the dirt.